All right. Well, I'm sure the second we start trying to do this, Dakota's internet's gonna shit the bed. So we might as well get it on.
I'm gonna run out of hotspot.
Oh no, you're hot spotting.
Run out of high speed data. No, I'm just straight from my cell phone.
All right,
Exactly. Triple throttle.
let's do it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Vitals Beat Practice Podcast, supported by Maxis, Berg Tech. What is Tanner opening?
You heard that?
It's super loud.
Dude, that is
What do you mean? Did we hear that?
I can't just
some
multitask right.
No, you can't do anything
no.
actually. I prefer if we can see your hands. Well, damn, that was the most fitting intro ever. What were you opening?
Lens filters.
Oh,
I was gonna try and put them all in like the spot they're supposed to go into, so I can save some time while I'm
we need to focus.
sitting here.
People have waited 2 weeks for this because we didn't do one after Leogang. We'll get into why.
There was nothing to
I don't
talk
know
about.
We didn't do one until Dakota qualified.
Yeah,
we, were,
there was
Oh my
nothing to
God.
podcast about.
we put Dakota on house arrest.
Okay, you're whatever it is, a week and a half post Leogang. Give us the summary of what happened there, Dak. Tough weekend.
At what?
Tough conditions.
At-
They were changing.
At what? What weekend?
Leogang.
Oh, dude. Do you really want to talk about it? It was
Yeah, like
bad.
we usually spend about an hour and a half podcasting per round. How about like 2 minutes? We can just move on
Okay.
from Leogang.
Dude, it was bad. It was really bad. It was really hard, and then Q1 straight out of the starting gate hit the first corner, and then just immediately got a flat tire. So that was pretty lame. And then Q2, because it was really muddy. I had 3 sets of shoes, and I set them all up ready to go. And I had some issue where my third set of shoes, I couldn't clip all the way in. So like I could put my foot into the cleat and it would like go clip, but it wouldn't clip all the way into the bottom of the cleat. So like I clipped in, pedaled to the lift, got on the lift, went up to the top, jumped on the trainer, did my full my full warm up, no issues. Got off the trainer, went to pedal up the hill to go to the starting gate, and my foot came out. And I'm like, what? And I got 5 minutes to my start. And I'm like, trying to clip my feet in. I can't get my feet to clip into my pedals. And I'm like, dude. So we had some sort of a mechanic. We had a double mechanical. One was my fault. One was my fault. So unfortunately, Leogang was a wash. Luckily, there was a 5-minute delay. I cut all the rubber out of my bottom of my shoes. My mechanic pulled all my pins out of my pedals. And I like made it through like the first I made it through like the first 4 corners and then just blew both my feet out and rode my top tube. I was like sick. So bit of a wash on Leogang. I literally hit the last table going into the finish line, sprinting at the last table, came unclipped, hit it foot down, foot off like the 60-footer, and just 1-footed off the lip and somehow didn't die, but was way off the pace, unfortunately.
It's a lot of factors. We got to
It
limit
was
the
like
factors.
so anticlimactic. So yeah, it was kind of lame. I mean, I felt like I rode good in practice, and I felt like even though I was definitely struggling in the conditions a bit, I felt like I was riding good, but unfortunately didn't get the job done in Leogang. Pulled a complete junior maneuver.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so after Leogang, we're trying to plan this podcast, and you're playing your normal hard to get, and then you pull an alternate. You went somewhere to do more testing. You said you had to get yourself out of the pickle you put yourself in, and then you show up at Lenzerheide and just straight through Q1, 5th place, like nothing's changed. What happened? You figure something out?
Yeah, I just what
Like I
Tanner?
say, he's on the line of scrimmage. Pulls an audible.
Yeah.
QB sneaks it.
Yeah, I was like pretty frustrated after Leogang, and I just sat down with the team and I'm like, hey, yo, these are the issues I'm having. This is what I want to work on. And we took off Sunday morning. After qualifying or on race day, they like prepped two bikes, both with two changes I wanted to make. And yeah, we just
Let's
like
hear the
kind of,
changes.
I can't give away all my secrets. We just changed the link.
We'll give
We
away
had
half
two
of them.
different links. We had two different links on two different bikes. Different link, different fork, different kind of everything. On like one bike that was like really close to what I rode last year and what I was successful on with the Mondraker, like in terms of leverage, same fork I raced last year. And then we prepped another bike that was like another change that we thought we wanted to make, and a little bit more progressive link, and a little different fork setup. And we just went to Leogang um, with my new mechanic Roth, and did 2 days on the with the data and on both bikes, and came to Lenzerheide a bit more prepared. I think that like I was sticking a lot of layers of tape over layers of tape, and I just got to a place where I was so uncomfortable that I wasn't able to actually ride loose and hit a corner as fast as I wanted to and carry the speed out down the straightaways. Had to rip all the
Sorry,
band-aids
I can't.
off.
Oh, there we go. I can't tell if we're cutting out or if you're pausing and talking.
A little bit of both.
So which bike did you choose?
Um,
Bike number 3. My
bike
boy.
two, bike two.
Which was
Um,
the one similar to your old bike?
actually, and farther in the direction of where we went with the Mondraker. So on the Mondraker, we went to a less progressive link and a lower starting leverage, and we went even farther in that direction with the link that I'm riding now.
Wait, say that one more time, because you said you went to a less progressive link and then it cut out.
I'm cutting out.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're doing this from your phone in a garage in Europe. The sorry front selfie pauses though are good.
Well, when Dak was playing around, I went fishing for a couple days. It was really nice.
I'm happy for you.
Um,
That could
so
be Dak too, you know.
I got, dude, he went different type of fishing. I actually caught fish though. He was just, yeah.
Yeah. He's more of a pickler these days, you know, just pickling things.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of funny because you would think that you would just start with either like the stock setup, or you just start with the setup that's similar to the setup that you've done well on the year previous, and then you would
That's
kind
too
of bring
logical.
you bring it from there, you know.
How's my
But
service levels?
instead,
It seems similar. You got all your
Similarly,
apps
not
closed on your
good.
phone?
I just shut them all
it's
down.
but yeah,
Well,
it seems like
All-
you would start from a baseline and then move from there. But instead, he's like Aeon Racing, specialized gravity. Let's go both directions.
I wouldn't
Go
say
both
it's
ways. Let's
that
go.
different.
Well, that's because you're too close to the stink. All right. You think it doesn't stink because you're so close to it. You should look at it from about 5,000 miles away.
On the first gen of the Mondraker, I had every starting leverage I've rode this year.
Yeah, we learned that 3 years ago. This is what I'm saying. We had a good direction we were going. Now we're getting back to it.
Remember when all we had to talk about was how high your bars were? Good old days.
Well, I lowered the bars, and that didn't work out very well for me.
I think that's a mental thing. It's confirmation bias.
You know, have we ever asked you straight up, Dak, would you run the Raise reverse stem?
I would no, I wouldn't actually. I would say that with where my handlebars are now, with the sweep on the handlebars, I'm actually at 0 or behind it already. So it would be like similar to running a lower bar with the raised reverse.
I like our side text thread we have going right now, confirming the deck is cutting out. On the upside, I show that you're at 1% uploaded, so it's not at 0 anymore. Tanner and I, on the other hand, are at 99% uploaded.
Oh man.
It's been years since we had a shitty recording. And honestly, I blame Riverside.com. Because they shit on us forever, and then we finally went to Google Meets, right? You're at Google Meets?
Yeah.
All reliable, no fluff.
It's not great, but it's not
Nah,
terrible.
it takes about
switches
12
between people.
hours to download, and it's like 100 gigs. But Riverside just, yeah. All right, Dak's going to try to get on Wi-Fi. He says he has 4 bars of 5G LTE, but he's on Boost Mobile, so
he ain't global.
He's got Cricket Wireless over here.
Hey,
Google
man,
Fi.
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. He's over there with Wrexham United on cricket.
Okay, well, we'll get back to Dak's weekend in Lenzerheide and his bike changes. Because you said you're going to try to go on Wi-Fi. Does that mean you're going to peace out or what?
We'll find out.
He's just texting and said he says no. He's swapping. Okay. Oh my God. Sorry for everybody listening. Tanner, let's chat from outside perspective about Q1, Q2. We've complained, talked, discussed this topic a lot, but it feels like each round, it gets more heated how intense everybody's riding to get into finals.
Mm-hmm.
And there's pros and cons to both of those. But like the racing was crazy tight in Lenzerheide. I counted in Q2 in the top 10 for elite men, 6 of those riders had won a World Cup. Mm-hmm. But then it was actually only 10 out of 30 in finals who had won a World Cup. Take that as you want. Like it's whatever, a stat, I guess. But like, part of me's just wondering if really the solution is you just do more people, which we've talked about as well. But is there any way of getting around that just racing is super competitive now?
Yeah, I actually had a conversation with old John Hall about this last week for like an hour. We were talking about what a solution would be. He had a good idea of like a qualifying session. So you can, go out and do a fast run first lap, or you could wait till the end. You can build, you can, do it however you want. But like a qualifying session where if you have a mechanical, because I think that's where our problems are coming from, is like weird track things, mechanicals. It seems like everyone that's not qualifying that is a World Cup winner is typically because of a mechanical or like a crash, where if you had like 3 runs or a 2-hour session to do it just like time training, that you would kind of get around that and you would have the fastest people in there for finals. And the problem that we're seeing is like the consistency of people in finals is not building the storylines that's making you want to watch. Like, I mean, Jackson did well last weekend. We'll talk about, like, did better. But at the same time, he's had issues for the first, couple rounds. Or two out of the 4 rounds, he's had issues. And same with, like, Asa almost had an issue last weekend. And so we're seeing, like, this weird, I don't know, it's like it's doing the opposite of what it was designed for, Q1, Q2. It's not making it easier for the viewer to follow the storylines and stay engaged with racing. It's not making it easier for us to play Vital Fantasy. It's not.
That's what really matters too.
Like, I'm
in 85th place. This is bullshit.
It's not making it. The viewer experience is not increasing. Let's just put it that way. I think it is better that the show has come down to a 3-hour show that is like good, but the I was waiting for Lauren to come through. Uh, yeah, so it's made it better with that in that regard. But I think that there's still a problem of like there's too many people trying to qualify. Like straight up, there's just too many people.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's still like similar numbers to when it was 60 qualifying of like over 100 people trying to qualify for the men's race, and it's like 30 people get in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
So
percents are still scaling similar to when it was like 80
yeah,
and 200
and people want to
plus.
compare it to Moto, and people want to compare it to F1 and all this stuff. Moto at a Supercross race, you get 50, 60 people trying to qualify for the 450 May or 450 night show, which gets down to 40 people go to the night show, and then you have 22 in the main. So like the percentages aren't,
Mm-hmm.
they're
Mm-hmm.
not comparable.
Yeah.
And so we need to figure out a way to get less people trying to qualify, which is like supposed to be through feeder series, which have not worked out as well.
Mm-hmm.
The IXS Cup has kind of like plummeted a bit as far as like its recognition from where it was before. The Monster Pro Downhill's like gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have people like I see Tyler Irvin going to the Continental Series, and he's doing well at it, which is sick that he's going.
Yeah.
But like I looked at the results to the last one, I forget where it was in South America, but there was 9 people
Really?
in the pro class in the elite
What?
men's.
No.
I think it was less than 10.
I'll look it up real quick.
It was a really small number. Yeah, look at Tyler Irvin.
ER.
He-
I always spell his last name wrong.
ERVIN.
Yeah, Continental Series, 9 people. He got 4th out of 9, and he crashed. And it's
That
like,
is-
are we calling that the series that's going to go to get you into the World Cups? No, that's not the series. Like, just cut that. Like, restructure. Put it all to the
Mhm.
Monster Downhill.
Mhm.
Like, you have 9 people there. The other one had 13, the second round.
Yeah.
The first round was Rock Creek. So, like, obviously, there's a lot of people there at the Monster Pro Downhill. But, like, this Continental Series, the only people it does well for is the South Americans that, like, have the resources to go to them, which is, like, good. You need to have, like, a way for, like, South Americans to get there. But, like, it doesn't help the sport as a whole.
Yeah, it definitely is not picking up much steam at the moment, it would appear.
So, and then, yeah, there's like the Oceania series and stuff like that. It's like, it's not like all of the fast riders from there going. It's sometimes ends up being kind of random. I don't know. I just think that there's probably a better way to do this. I don't have all the answers, but what is going on is not working. And it's been an experiment for, a couple years now.
It is crazy to think about. We've been doing 2 forms of qualifying for like 4 seasons, maybe. This might be like the 4th season. Yeah, I mean, I will say on one hand, the inconsistency in elite men who is in finals and how people finish has made the overall entertaining in a way. Like, it's just, there's been a lot of people bouncing around, but that is a little normal at the start of a season. But it's interesting, I guess I would say, as like a really invested fan who's paying attention. And as well, most of the names that are the names are in finals each weekend, for the most part. Like not having Luca and Leogang, that was a topic I had written down where that's not a good look. Like the dude who's leading the overall, who comes off of his first win, I wanted to say had a mechanical in a crash, but just didn't make it into finals. And not to say that couldn't happen in Supercross, but it's a lot harder for it to happen in Supercross.
It's highly
I think
unlikely.
I would love for there to be a change for how riders make it into finals. John's idea, that's pretty neat. I haven't thought of that. I think, like I keep listening to like Win TV interviews, and everybody keeps saying how, yeah, from the first round of practice It's basically race runs. You need to be going race pace. And that's cool from like everybody's going really fast, but it seems like there's way more dice being rolled. And so like you see it a lot in Lenzerheide. The times were more spread out in finals than they were in qualifying. Um, I think that surprisingly, we haven't really had too many injuries during practice, but it's surprising there aren't more. And there's probably arguments that like that's a possibility regardless of how the qualifying is set up. But like, I don't, yeah, I don't think, who knows, maybe there are discussions on how to change stuff. The qualifying idea like John has is really neat because just say that first day was but that might actually create a similar issue where everybody's trying to kill themselves right off the bat while the track is still burning in and they're still figuring out speed and all of that. Like maybe it happens back half of the day or something. Like you have to do say 3 runs and then I don't know why I keep going to it would be cool for there to be set numbers of runs everybody gets. And I know that probably creates complications if you get a flat or you crash or whatever, but maybe it's more like you have to do a minimum of 2 runs and the timing and schedule is set up where like it would be hard to get 4 runs before you go into a qualifying session or something.
Yeah, and like for those that don't know, is like time training is 30-second gaps. So you'd still have like, in theory, like you'd still do like a gap. Like you can't just follow people down the track. So it would be like, oh, we need to do like 30-second gaps, and you should have the track, like clear track to yourself. And you do like a juniors qualifying, or like a juniors qualifying, men's qualifying, and women's, like do them all separate. But yeah, I think it would be interesting to see. And I know he was saying that he was going to talk to Clay about it and possibly try and do it, like see if Clay would be interested in trying to do it at a US Open or something like that. Which I think would be like a good test for it.
Totally.
It seems like they're also just like throwing these things out there and not testing them.
Yeah, I mean, I know, probably have said it so many times when we podcast. It's like if we were chatting with the people that are making decisions, there probably are decent reasons behind decisions being made. Kind of always goes that way. Like there's things that we're not aware of that they have to take into consideration. But I guess the good thing is that there is a consistent narrative from racers about how sketchy and gnarly it is trying to get into finals right now. There's a lot of really good riders. And I mean, really, if you go back to, if a lot of the decisions made were to tighten up the broadcast, right?
Yep.
Why not open it up to more people qualify in? And we just kind of go back to the way Red Bull did it, where like the broadcast only covered the top majority. If you're somebody like a Jackson and you qualify 55th out of 60, they're still going to film you because you're interesting, And maybe they have some rules where like, hey, if you're in the top 15 or top 20, but you qualify outside of that, like I think that's literally what Red Bull did. It was like they filmed the top X amount, but if you're placed higher in the overall, you would also get filmed.
Yeah.
Because I totally think the broadcast is too long. Like the women's is kind of in a sweet spot. Like they could have more racers would be great, but the length of the broadcast is a lot more digestible. But dude, like the men's, not to even bring up the fact that like you don't even see full runs of everybody. Like it's still hit or miss and random, and they're still doing crazy shit where you'll like get an interview from Finn during a top dude's run. Like we want to hear what Finn had to say about his run when he ended up winning, but like we don't want to miss somebody's entire run when you're only showing us 45 seconds of it. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like for juniors, I really do like watching the junior class, but I would be willing to give up a level of that broadcast to cover more of probably elite women or make elite men's at least Better? I have no idea what.
I've said it before. The
I know
junior
you hate
class
juniors.
needs to go. Like,
I think the junior class is fine.
dude, it's taking up broadcasting time.
Broadcasting time's
and,
one
like,
thing, but they can still
And then
have the
also
category.
like it's so different than like any other sport as far as like your feeder class goes. Like these kids are 17, 18, 16 years old sometimes. Like, and then like cross country and road cycling, everything, even enduro had U21.
It's
Like,
so weird.
it's like, why is it 18 for downhill, and like for
Mm.
enduro it's 21, and then for cross country it's 23?
Maybe
Because
that's
cross
the
country, they don't even talk about. Remember when they used to have a junior class in cross country?
No.
There actually used to be a junior class. There used to be a junior class, a U23 class, and an elite class, and then they got rid of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you need to make it. It needs to be some sort of feeder thing where you can point out, and like, so you can't dominate until you're 23. But like, I don't know, you have kids that have a halfway developed brain out there knocking themselves
It's
out.
mostly elites too.
Like, look at Reese Van Leuven. Like, she hasn't done anything in elites because she's crashed a bunch, and like,
Yeah.
she probably had some more like growing to do, or like needed to get some more
But is that not
experience.
is that not more a problem of Dak says he has full bars? I don't know, Dak. I can't see you
It
on
ain't
the
looking
screen.
like it.
Can't really.
What do
You
you
there?
mean? Yes.
So this is going well.
Yeah. Yes, I'm
I
here.
feel like Reese is. Oh, I can hear myself talking, which means that must be coming through Dax. I feel like Reese's problem was more the issue of the competitiveness in elite women, with there only being 15 spots in finals. I think that could be
That's
part of it as
life.
well.
That's life.
well,
That's
for sure,
any
but
junior going
whether
into junior men's.
no, I just mean like whether or not she, I guess if the age was 21, sure, maybe there would have been more time to develop and in juniors, but like she also was winning everything in juniors, so it's like, would she not have pointed out if that was the way it
Does
worked?
that just mean that there was no competition in the junior women at the time?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like that could always be
That's
the debated argument, but I would say most of the riders she's come up with have done pretty well.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I mean,
I just think
this-
there's a lot of I mean, right now we're in like an interesting spot with the Allrens and
Mhm.
Asa, and even Bodie Burke.
Tyler
has been
Waite.
like doing pretty. Yeah, Tyler Waite. Like, they've all kind of been doing pretty well. But you also have kids that were on teams and that were doing decently well in juniors that are not qualifying for elite.
Mhm.
And like, you want to build these careers, right? Like, because you want to kind of get people to watch for years to come. And by having a junior class that's 18, you're not building that storyline as well. So
yeah.
like, I don't know, I think that's like one thing that needs to go. And like, I'm not saying that like, there should be a development class. Like, that's kind of like, I'm saying that there should be a development class and not a junior class.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have Formula 3, 2, 1, and you have 250s and 450s. You have superbikes. You have MotoGP. You have like all these, like, in other sports, even in road cycling, you have U23, or in cross country, you have U23 and the elite. You have like these kind of like longer building like opportunities than you do in downhill, and it's like highly limited. And then you're like, dude, you have kids out there that are like risking their lives and like spending all their like parents' money or their money or whatever to get to these races because they know that they have to go through juniors in order to race elites.
Mm-hmm. And you only have
And-
2 years.
Yeah, and you only have 2 years, and you got to skip all of your high school and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to forgo trying to get an education of any sort. I mean, dude, in
You're like,
road
all these kids
cycling,
are
like,
dumb and
I-
they're not
dude,
going to
I
make
went to
it.
college. I went to college with Sepp Kuss, and Sepp Kuss is you know, a big name in road cycling, and he went to college and graduated college. Like,
It is true. Our sport definitely is expedited
and
for kind of no reason.
aside from like, what is it, Cade Manier and like Star Yamaha right now, even Moto has gotten older. Like the age of like the 250 class has gone up. It's no longer like they even did a thing where you have, what is it, 17 now or something, or 18 to race pro. They just had a rule change last year. And
Isn't that Dudney kid like 16 now?
yeah, so he raced one race last year so that he could race this year. But if he didn't race that race last year, he would have had to wait another year, I believe, or 2 years.
I see.
They'd made a rule change where they upped the age that you have to be to race.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have like the Sansarillas and Forkners and stuff like that anymore, where they're like 14 and 95 pounds on a 250 screamer. On that
winning.
PC screamer, yeah.
I mean, there's so many angles of all these things, and part of it too, though, is there's just so many fast people, and even to me, it's like, do we limit the size of people in finals? Do we grow the size of people in finals? And it's like, I don't really know if one way or the other will have an effect on like the urgency during a race weekend. Like maybe the differences need to be made with just the schedule and whether it's run limits, time limits, however you want to look at it. Or really maybe the better question is like, if we're just talking about elites, is it bad? Like is it a bad thing that it is so competitive? Because it is racing and it's cool that it's so competitive, and like there really are a lot of people that could win.
I would be interested to see if they did limit team sizes even more. And because my other part, like the other part of this is the money in the sport is like the top riders getting paid, or like the people that are even getting into finals getting paid, because some of them are.
For sure.
And I like, if the team numbers were limited, the teams had to be more selective who they put on their team. You can still get through as a wild card or national champ or continental champ or whatever. But yeah, if like the teams were more selective and they paid their riders more, would we see, I don't know, if more resources went towards these riders, certain riders, like would it be better or would it be worse? Because you're allowed to have 4 elite men right now. I think it's 4 of each class is what you're allowed, or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I know that was the problem with Commensal and Dylan Maples. Was they had the Allrins, Amory, and Loris. And so, yeah, if you limit it down to like 2 or 3, and then your total team size down to like 6 instead of 10, would you
I know.
see like
I think
less
about
people
that all the
trying to
time
qualify?
too. Yeah.
Because like maybe
Like would those
one,
people not still show up?
like I love seeing some of the people there that are, you know, like.
Well, I mean, if you look at the top 30 from last weekend, most of the people in there, it feels fitting that they're in finals. And then you can go outside of the top 30, and there's a lot of people where you're like, that's crazy, they didn't make it into finals this weekend. There also are people where you're like, is it, you know, maybe they're on a team and they've been good in the past, but like have not been on a good run or whatever that might be. And I still think they can show up and try to race. I definitely could see some arguments for should they be taking up spots on teams. I mean, in a way, it still feels like we're in growing period, having growing pains of going from 80 to 60 to 30, and just like everybody I don't know, that kind of being like the vibe of the sport for decades, really, was that a lot of people raced. And yeah, I don't know though, because you still want, there's people that are trying to make it, like an Angel Suarez as an example, where like
Yeah.
it's sick that he's showing up and making it into finals this year, and I don't not want that. And I don't think he's taking up budget from somebody else that feels undeserving. Like however he's making it happen, I think it's deserving. So it's just I don't know. It's
Yeah, his is. Yeah, but okay. So
we don't have the answers.
Looking at it, Lucas Shaw had troubles in Q1, right? He was 101st, not including the people at DNS or DNF'd
Mm-hmm.
Q1. That's over 100 people trying to qualify for 30 spots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what was it? 112, I think, was total show up.
Okay, yeah,
roughly.
that sounds right. Yeah,
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, that looks.
There's
right.
a handful of names that are on the start list that didn't actually raise, but sure.
Yeah,
Call it 105 or something, 105.
just crazy. That's a lot of people trying to qualify. And I love when people try to do the F1 comparison. I'm like, dog, they got 20 people on the grid. Like,
I don't watch F1, so I don't even know.
There's 20 people on the grid. They're guaranteed to race. If you go out there for the qualifying session, you're guaranteed to race.
Yeah.
No matter how far back you are. I think there might be a rule actually against how far back you are, but like there's also we also got a women's class in downhill. F1 ain't got that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not the same.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm fully against how competitive the racing has become, because you're still getting riders in finals that are super sick to watch. I do think the broadcast is long. I think maybe going back to like a blended broadcast like Red Bull used to do would be pretty cool. Maybe doing less riders on teams. Maybe it'll keep trending that way,
Yeah.
But like there really aren't that many people on current teams that aren't in some way justifiable. And then it's also hard to know what they're actually getting paid. They could fully just be, like not actually making money and just being supported to get through.
Yeah. The other thing is I feel like this, like the feeder class that I was talking about, I feel like it would transition the teams around a little bit, and you would see kind of like Moto, where like you have two classes that are really competitive, and not just like Jaunty winning everything this year so far.
That is a fun thought to think about. Is like, what if instead of we had juniors, we had like 2 finals?
Yeah,
I feel like we've talked about that at some point too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we have.
Yeah, like you have 3 or 5 years to like race in this class, and to point out to get into elites. And if you don't do it within 5 years, like you got to go back to your Continental Series, your National Series, and try to get back in, or it's like a sign that maybe it's just not for you. Like there are those signs out there.
I'd be curious to know from Warner Brothers if like what their issues are with the series. What things are they focusing on and wanting to improve or change, and like what, especially like money wise, where do things need to be better?
Yeah. I mean, I think one thing that they don't do well at in the broadcast or anything is, I think I would love to see money wise how much they're bringing in from sponsorship, because I think they do a terrible job of commercializing the sport and representing their sponsors and supporters. Like trackside banners, not enough. Like you need to be doing some sort of sponsor plugs, and that starts with good announcers. And Rick's fine, he does okay, but like he's kind of like a Ralph Shaheen for Supercross. Like it's like not the best guy, but like when he's gone, you're like, ah man, there are a lot worse. But like you need 2 other people in there. You need your trackside people. You need your JT. Like you need It's like,
it all feeds into, yeah,
and
like
they're
the storytelling around a weekend and like
hmm
storytelling between the week. Like some of that is happening, and I usually skip past the intro stuff each weekend. Every now and again, I'll kind of
yeah,
grab on, and like I think part of it is cool that they've been grabbing racers who aren't racing that are interesting to hear from. Kind of feels like a cop out to like not
yeah.
actually have insight into what's going on.
Mhm.
And Rob Warner did a watch party with the ride companion for Leogang.
Mhm.
I didn't watch it live, but they put up his commentary. It's a video on YouTube. Valley's winning run and Finn's winning run, and I watched. I think I just watched Valley's, and like it's there's like so much story, and he's not even a part of it anymore. Like before she's dropping in, he's like, going through her history and like
Yeah.
where she's been at and like what this race could mean for her if she wins it and like how her season's been going. And you get so little of that in the current broadcast. And that to me
And
is like such a big miss if for all of those things.
I think some of it too is just that it goes back to there being too many people.
I agree.
Like,
No, like, and I think that to me, you can keep X amount of people in finals, but change the way the broadcast happens. And like, I just don't know why we can't watch more of the runs, you know?
hmm
Like, I just don't know why, or why you'll get rider qualifying in 17th place entire run, and you get to rider like 12th qualifying, and
yeah.
you see them pedal out the gate, and you get them at like the third split. And you're like, what the hell? Like,
hmm
what if this person goes on to win, and I don't see half of their run? Um, because if we, the anybody could win who's in finals right now, it's like that is pretty
Yeah.
true in a lot of ways. So like, trying to figure out how to actually film everybody. Um, I don't
hmm
know. It definitely makes me worry too because it's so expensive to like host a World Cup for teams to be a part of it, and like money's money, man. Like if it ain't making sense at some point, people will be like, I ain't gonna do this anymore, and that's not good for the whole thing, And
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's funny because it's like we've bitched about UCI for our entire lives racing downhill, and it kind of just feels like the same thing always, all over again with different powers that
hmm
be, and um, I don't know. It's kind of like everybody just gets tricked into like doing these races, and Spummer and I talk about all the time with like, we've tried to like push back on like covering World Cups as much and do more US coverage, and like part of that's like passion, part of that's like where we align, and but it also doesn't always make the most sense financially. And yeah, man, it's weird. It's a weird one, But like I forget what they're making us pay for Lawler to do Raws. It's like 5 grand a race or 3 grand a race. I mean, we're having to like pay them money to cover their race, which I just
Yeah.
like doesn't make any sense at all. Like sure there's some really small monetary gain for us, talking like YouTube revenue and like some sponsors for Raws, but like we're not getting rich off of it. We're having to pay John to go,
Yeah.
and like
You're gonna
it
pay
isn't.
him to work, and then you also pay for him to have the ability to work.
Yeah, like it. I don't know. It's all kind of weird. Um, I don't know. Who knows what'll like in the U.S. We have Monster Pro Downhill, and that is like our sweet little baby of a race series.
hmm
And we're getting more regional race series, which is super cool. It's just kind of a little bit of a bummer, and maybe this will change in years. How in the next couple of years, where the goal won't always just be to get to World Cups. Like that would be the ultimate goal in a way, right?
I think,
Assuming World Cups don't necessarily change a whole lot.
yeah, the goal should always be to get to World Cups. Like, if you want to race at the
Mhm.
highest level, like, we
But
don't want to.
just say that you could have a equivalent highest level in the U.S. and it all is planned out and it works better. Like all those things. Like it's not costing teams to go. Clay figures out the broadcast to where we see what we want. Like everybody who shows up is getting paid a show up fee. Like imagine a series that does everything we want and it is the highest level, but it doesn't have to be UCI Warner Brothers series.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you have the highest level.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you just
But
need-
everybody just attaches what the highest level is to like this shitty organization that like gives you points, and like they claim the world championship title, like it it's kind of all a joke, really. If everybody just
Yeah.
if everybody was just a little bit, just did it for the money. You race for the money.
Do it for the disco, baby.
Yeah, right. Dak would be over here making vlogs. Just be a vlog guy. He wouldn't even be trying to go to.
Dude, he wouldn't. Apparently, he's an engineer.
He is
But-
an engineer.
Yeah, content creator,
Contractor,
contractor.
hair model.
Yeah, moto athlete.
What do you? Yeah,
Basically everything but a downhill racer.
it's true.
Yeah.
And now he's frozen again and muted.
Now he's.
I wonder if
frozen.
in this recording, if people watching it be able
Good.
to see Dakota pop in and out constantly. I've let you into this chat like 10 times. Now you're in a car. Like, what are you even doing out there?
I'm trying to find Wi-Fi, dude.
Well, what
I'm
do you mean? Are
trying
you
so.
you
so
connect
hard
to it,
to
right? It's
find
not like a
Wi-Fi.
physical object.
Yeah, thanks. I drove to 3 houses I've stayed at before, connecting to old Wi-Fi networks, trying to get enough service so you can see me. Now I'm trying to get the Chamois guest network because you just tell me you can't see me.
The upstream solution would be knowing we do a podcast after every round and you're going to be in places you've been before and just figuring out the when and where. And then you tell us.
Yeah, but there's no public Wi-Fi networks in Europe. Everything you have to pay for. Well, it's not that I can pay for it. You have to book a place at their place. We got no budge. We need more
What's-
budge.
Wait, so where are you right now? We didn't even settle this. Oh, he's frozen.
No, I'm trying to connect to the Wi-Fi. The Chamois guest. Yeah, see, they want a freaking password that I don't have.
Why don't you walk inside? Or is is there a front desk? Be like, I'm Dakota
Mate.
Norton. Trying to record a podcast.
Ever heard of vitalmtb.com?
Yeah, ever heard of a little number?
A little number called the Vital News Network.
I mean, you're working right now. Why don't you just sit in
Am
your
I
car?
hooking?
I mean, I can see
You're doing
you.
something.
I mean, I could sit right here.
Just sit right
I'm,
there.
All right,
Okay,
I'm
well,
here.
hold on.
I'm live.
we've been going for like pushing an hour, and we
Dude,
haven't
I've
talked
been
to you at
here
all.
the whole time. I've been here the
Really?
whole time.
So
I've
let's
been
get
listening.
what's
You just
your
can't see me.
you're like a true listener right now. I love this. What's your opinion on what we've been chatting about then?
I think that the biggest thing is like I've said this before, the having 2 chances rewards luck. So you just swing for the fences, hope you don't go down, and then you take up one of the spots against the guy that can consistently go that fast, right? And then it is nice for if you get a mechanical but the reality is there's a lot 111 entries of dudes that could probably go fast for 1 lap that are taking a lot of risk to get a spot for the final.
But like everybody's trying to go fast. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but there's a difference between having to go top 30 or top 60, then top 30, and building speed and doing it consistently in 2 runs. The difference between going that fast for 1 run with 2 shots or going that fast for 2 runs with high consequences is a completely different thing.
But when we had semifinals and finals, people were constantly complaining about having to basically do 2 race runs because if you didn't make it in top 60, you didn't go on to try to make it in top 30. And
Yeah,
like
but
everybody was
now-
bitching about how tired they were and they can't build speed anymore, which is some of the similar arguments now.
I think we're seeing now like on the weekend, I think people went 3% slower than in Q1 than finals, 4% maybe. I mean, you're almost going race pace immediately, and then I think you see a lot of riders crashing in the finals and having issues at some of the events because of that. But I just think that it's a different thing. If you have more than one shot, you can wing it, so to speak.
I mean, I agree. You look at who is in finals, they're all names for the most part, maybe minus a handful. Most of them are names that should be in finals, are in finals consistently. Like all the difficulties of going through it, this is what you would want and expect anyways.
But why do we see so many previous race winners or win contenders coming from Q2 if it's so easy to do it in Q1?
I don't think it's easy to do in Q1. I'm just saying that like the system in play still gets you the majority of the racers you would expect in finals.
Yeah.
I mean, I think though there's like, are we saying it's the people you expect in finals, but because you've seen them in one or two finals before?
Or just
Like,
say they're more often
'cause
than not in finals.
You could also click on a lot of these people's thing and be like, Bodie Kuhn hasn't qualified for finals in a long time. Or like
True.
before this year. Like,
Totally. I'm going to say there's like 5 to 8 riders, which I get is like pushing a third of the field.
or like, just say.
But I mean, you could make the argument, no offense, Dak,
I
but like
yeah.
you haven't made finals this year. It's like reverse for Bodie. He's made finals most times this year, not last year. And
Yeah.
you made finals majority of the time in the past, not this year. It's kind of like it all, you know, Charlie Hatton, 22nd place. I don't think he made a lot of fun. He's been on it hot and cold with finals or not doing as well. He's previous world champion. You can make all the arguments you want about like he won one race, will it happen again, blah blah blah. But like, homie still did it. And to me, it all goes back to there's a lot of freaking dudes that are allowed to try to make a World Cup.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying
You
about
know?
the team thing. Is like limit the amount of riders on a team.
Yeah.
And because this is like, there's a lot of dudes at your local moto track that could probably make the top 40 at a national round.
Dakota Norton.
That could probably make the top 40. Not saying they're going to be competing for points, but like they could get on the gate if they were on a PC bike or on a star bike. If they were on a bike that is
I have
known
an
to
idea.
do well.
What if all these damn feeder series we keep talking about, you actually have to do
series.
you actually have to do them to get the points, and then if you're at a World Cup, you've already proven that you're going to be there. Where currently, I think maybe it's not like it's easy, but we probably can make it a bit more front top end high loaded, whatever you want to call it. Like, you know, people that are there are the people that are there, and to get to being one of the people that's there.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, I still think you could have a couple more
exclusivity
people
to
in
it.
finals. I think there could still be a couple more people in finals, but I think that
Frick, man, last week you were
40.
saying there could be less people. What are you
I
gonna
think
do
we
here?
just need-
Like, you go back to the
know.
last podcast and you said there'd be
know.
less people.
I know
It needs to be
but
40 and 20.
I think I'm starting to like that more and more. I wanted less people so the broadcast is more it's smaller. It's more to the point. But you can do that regardless of how many people are in finals. I want the show to be better. I get so fucking bored watching the race. Like, I'd rather watch the YouTube
Dude,
recap because it's like 12 to 20 minutes and you get the
watching
gist
a
of
full
it.
race run is also painful.
I
like,
know.
I think like
It can be.
it's tough because there's like, there's exciting moments in people's runs. But like, honestly,
We need
watching
Joker lanes.
Dak's run last weekend, uninspiring. Like,
fucking shots fired.
But also, like, my run last week, I made a huge mistake and you never saw it. You just see
exactly.
me
Yeah,
off
we
the
didn't even
pace.
see your
I just look like I
split
suck.
one or split two, split one, split two mistake. We didn't see it. Split one was good. We didn't see the split two mistake.
I don't see
I'm
it,
gonna
but
be
it
honest
doesn't
with you. I
happen.
didn't do anything wrong in split one. I just was slow. But split
Well,
three,
your
I
split-
definitely did some things wrong.
Your split one wasn't bad.
21st.
1.6 back, 21. That's pretty bad.
Was that split one?
You're 21, 26,
Oh, yeah.
28, 23, 14. Good last split. The man stays consistent.
Maybe I was looking at the wrong.
It was
person
it was
then.
just bad last week. Let's just
No, you were-
remember me as
Oh, that was the speed trap I was looking at. Was 8th. Yeah. You know, go fast. Hey, if it's easy to go fast, go fast. You know.
it wasn't easy. I mean,
Man.
I felt like I went fast. I was just slow.
I mean, I'm saying the speed trap. Speed trap's usually the easy place to go fast. You got to go fast in the easy places. You know, that's what I always thought.
You
Your
know,
speed trap time up.
races are won in corners. They also say that. What else? You gotta stay off your brakes to go fast.
Or use them more where you need to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, let me just bang through some topics here because we spent like an hour not really getting anywhere discussing the the
Dude,
way that racing.
I solved the world's problems. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's true.
The
Next week in Latrell, it's gonna be all different.
Yeah,
Um,
been preaching this for years on development class.
Okay, who had the best whip or scrub from the last 2 weekends between the Leogang motorway table and the table that everybody gets nasty on at Lenzerheide? Because I've got Gracie Hemstreet's race run whip in Leogang, and then obviously Jaunty in Lenzerheide in his race run.
What about Rory Kirk? I mean, I
Yeah,
think
but, like,
he
that was
Where
on the
and
scrub
when? I
roller.
missed that.
That was the scrub
Rory
roller
Kirk scrub roller,
Oh.
and then he did it again at Leogang on the left scrub. He's now done it nasty in both directions.
I like that.
I think
okay.
Jaunty's is just so much more like high risk.
Over the
Any
railing.
multiple winners. Yeah, the in your run fully sideways and over the railing is
Yeah.
like. Also, why is there a freaking railing, dude? Like, what are we doing?
I don't
he did-
think that it was like I'm gonna scrub this. I think that was just like I came in hot, squashed it, and ended up sideways. I think that just those kind of things happen in like in a race run situation where you're not thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why it's so much better. Is because like it's dude, anyone who can do a scrub well can scrub over a scrub roller, and like it's repeatable. Like Jaunty's was not repeatable,
No, it was sick.
and it's got this like novelty factor to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was probably one of the sicker things I've seen in a long time. Okay. Dakota, why do you think Lenzerheide times were tighter than Leogang this year?
The track was just easier. Conditions played a role in. There was a lot of inconsistencies on flat sections in Leogang where if you did make a mistake, you would lose a lot of speed on a long straightaway after. Where Lenzerheide, even though the speed carried, it was a little simpler. And the conditions were a bit more consistent. Like, yeah, it was dusty, it was slippery. And if you did make a mistake, you wouldn't carry that speed, but the penalty wasn't as harsh as it was in Leogang, where you would be, if you dab the brakes, you'd lose 3 seconds.
Okay. Which track do you think did you enjoy racing more, and which one from like a spectator standpoint, maybe that's for us to weigh on, was better to watch?
I think Lenzerheide is a bit of a classic, right? I mean, I believe Lenzerheide is almost turning into the Leogang of old, like quite bike park, quite simple, carry speed, fast in the berms. It's almost turning into the new bike park classic, where Leogang, the top had a lot more natural off camber sections than years past. Even though those sections were simple to look at, they were difficult to race just due to like second off camber, the blind rise into it, the rut. If you got over that little roller onto the second motorway. But the bottom section at Leogang is hard pack, but technical. Riding that fast is really difficult, and I think that you can get stood up because it's so tight and lose a bit of time, where Lenzerheide is almost what Leogang used to be, where it was like real fast bike park, carrying momentum the whole time. It's they're similar but different. And I think that the racing at Leogang was probably better to watch due to the motorway, the woods. You're like, okay, he's up. How's he going to do in the woods? Where Lenzerheide, it's just like, top to bottom, kind of consistent. Woohoo, Finn was ripping the whole way. Race is over, you know?
Yeah.
Leogang created a bit more diversity of like, okay, yeah, he was fast up top, but what can he do at the bottom? And I think a part of that is the condition.
I like that. I'm just gonna keep going through these questions. Can we do this every podcast?
Roll.
It'll be like a 24
Yeah, let's
minute
do it.
podcast. Asa won a World Cup. Luca won a World Cup. Asa picks number 27. Luca picks number 10 for career numbers. What number are you guys picking for yours if you won one? When you win one, Dakota.
I think Luca just picked the lowest available number. And
Smooth.
yeah, I think I'm that's
I
what
mean,
someone
he's
told
a
me.
North
Luca
Carolina
didn't tell me that.
guy. You got Justin Brayton, like,
No.
you know.
Yeah, I think you just picked the lowest available. I think 27 is pretty cool. That's a pretty funky number for Asa. I don't know, like if 56 was open, my like childhood motocross number, I might pick that. Just because I really like what Bruni's done with the 29 and a bit of just of like nostalgia of like kind of a cool, unique number. Tanya obviously runs 57. She has for most of her career for whatever reason. I like, if I couldn't get a low teen or a single digit, I'd probably choose 56.
I like that. I like what I think Finn's always been sort of attached to 99. Am I remembering that right? Or is that, I mean, he is number 99, I believe, but I don't know why I
think
thought
so.
that was part of his thing, but I like what Ocean O'Callahan has done with 100, like a little bit of cross branding with the OO, I think is pretty cool. I will say the career numbers have been fun for
So
what?
I got another question. What happens when Troy retires? You think
How
Ace
does
is
that
gonna get the 3?
How does the number thing work in Moto? Does it have to
once
sit
you
for
lose
a little
points,
bit?
yeah.
Okay.
So you have like a year or two. I guess
Mhm.
it's like a season off, and then
Somebody
so
else
like
can
that's
take it.
why Hammaker got 10, I believe, and Justin Brayton gave it up because he hasn't
Mhm.
raced.
Yeah.
So that's why you saw like some people, you'd see them like come back for a race or two to keep their number.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Wait, what number would you pick, Tanner?
I don't know. I fortunately I will never have this problem.
Well,
I'll
it's
have to choose a
fun.
number.
It's fun to think about things that won't happen.
You know, I have had good luck with a certain number, but that would
number?
be 69. But that I
I
wouldn't
wonder
pick
if you'd
that.
say it.
I wouldn't pick that.
Come on. I'm surprised no
Um,
one has picked it yet.
Well, that's what on Win TV, it was like Jenna Hastings and oh man,
Was it Sacha Ernest?
what's his song? Yeah, I think it
Mhm.
was. Yeah, Sasha Ernest.
Kiwis.
They were talking about that, and then they said somebody else. Oh, Anna Newkirk would choose it, is what they're saying. But I don't know, 33 maybe.
Yeah, that's
Was
pretty
that
fun. Who was that?
Josh Grant?
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. We just all go
Yeah.
to Moto. I love that.
I've got well, yeah, like 3's always been like favorite number, but I wouldn't choose like that's just too low, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I know the
So-
picking low numbers is kind of a funny one. Like,
Yeah, I feel like that's like a look at me sort of thing is when you have like
I know.
the single digit.
Yeah, but like it's
Like-
also cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're a top guy, it's pretty cool. It's
Yeah, like
pretty
Laura's
cool to
having
have a
2
single.
and Troy 3. Like it is pretty sick.
I mean, I feel like there's so many numbers. It would be cool if they. I mean, I'm speaking selfishly because of me, right? Like, I wish that I could have a career number, and I can't. I mean, but whatever.
Not yet-
But it
not
would be
yet.
cool if it was like the lowest numbers where you picked them by ranking of most wins overall or something like that, and
Well, that's
you
how it
could kind of
went.
work your way down, you know, in moto, like moto. But it would be cool is if you make a World Cup final, you could have a 3 digit. If you get a World Cup podium, you could have a 2 digit. and then there was some sort of like way that you could work your way down, and then you'd have like some more consistency in the class, I guess. Of like, if you're a bad dude, you've made a World Cup final or you've made a World Cup podium, you have a 2-digit, and then everybody in the States runs a 3-digit or something like that, you know.
That could be
um
cool, actually.
like you get an, if you race a World Cup, you get some sort of a number. I don't know. I think it would be cool, like with nostalgia from moto. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd pick number 27. That was my football number. So now Ace is my favorite, if he wasn't already.
You
Is that
played
Malcolm?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Stewart.
played football?
Mm-hmm. Dude,
I did play
that's why he
football.
doesn't have ACLs.
Yeah, man. I played until I got rid of my ACLs and then never went back. I would have had a whole different life if I just stayed and played football. I never would have ridden mountain bikes, which is crazy to think about. Anyways,
Big
yeah.
football.
Yeah, I don't watch football now, so don't talk to me about it. Well, we tried to shit on Bodie a minute ago, but I have him listed
What'd you
as
do, Dak? What'd you do to your hand?
what?
Oh shit! Wadded on my e-bike.
Oh, of course.
Just cheese grated my hand. Just bloop. I'm gonna lose my thumb. Just went for a cruisy spin and ended up on my head.
Yep.
You're not supposed to do
Just
that.
I'd share that with the boys real
More
quick.
pickles.
Go ahead.
Bodie, I have him down as most improved this season because, correct, he made 1 finals last year and now he's made 3 in a row, and he's doing better each round. He's gone 14th and 12th, which not that long ago, if somebody got like a top 20, you'd be like, yo, it's pretty sick, you know? Like when Dylan Maples was on the up, he was like doing pretty good.
He was still top 60 at that time.
Yeah, right?
I
Like,
think like the first year.
just because there's less people in finals does not mean it's less competitive. So I think that's pretty sick. I have a note here: Trek Unbroken, the worst team name ever.
Wait, what is Unbroken?
I don't know. Are they just trying to like claim their bikes are invincible? It's got to be.
It's
some
a
sort of brand.
nutrition brand from Norway, I think.
Damn. Well,
Dang.
looks like they're cashing in, but they ain't helping the branding.
What is Unbroken?
Bernard Kerr broke his kneecap. That's a bummer and gnarly. But were there any other injuries this weekend that I'm not remembering? I don't know if there were. Like any significant, gnarly whatever, you know? Like for how tight the racing was and fast everybody was going, it was pretty shocking that everybody came out mostly unscathed. I do know, I read a few Instagram captions from different riders that were saying there was a lot of crashes in practice. Okay, mentioned Rob Warner's companion ride along in Leogang. That was pretty sick. Honestly, dude, we've been chatting for a while. Like, I mean, you know, racing happened. We chatted about Jonty. He's won 4 World Cups in a row. The kid's sick. He would have been 19th in elites. He's leading the overall by, I think, almost a race at this point. But shout out to Luke Malin, American in 5th. Best results so far.
His brother got hurt, broke his wrist.
When did that happen? This weekend? Or was that the South Korea crash?
No, that was like this weekend or last weekend.
I think he did it this weekend or last weekend.
Well, healing vibes. Junior women, Lena Frenner goes back-to-back. She won Leogang as well. Aletha still hold on to the overall. Finished 2nd. She's only 0.1 off the win.
Dude, with a just completely bent pedal. She couldn't clip in.
Dak knows, you know, pedal issues, they don't help you. Have you thought of running flats?
Dude, I was running flats. That's the problem. Position-dependent flats. Yeah, honestly, what a junior maneuver. In all my years of racing, you know, we can all make mistakes, but that was an expensive one.
Yeah.
It was an expensive mistake. I was like, literally with 1.5 minutes to get in the starting gate, I was sitting behind the starting gate on the wood, cutting rubber out of my shoes with dikes.
Dang.
Custom cut, baby.
I guess we'll finish
good.
off this talk about the women real quick, and then I got another topic.
Okay.
I got a topic for you guys that I've been all jazzed up about.
Hold on one sec. Let me just finish juniors, and then we can do it before we breeze over elites real quick. The overall is being fought between Lena Frenner and Aletha Osgard, as well as Rosa Marie Jensen is in third, but that's because Rosa Zerl crashed and hurt her shoulder in Leogang. We didn't talk about that last weekend, so in case you didn't know, that's a huge bummer because she is like obviously really quick. Obviously, as we've been bitching about, there's only 2 years in juniors, so like this is a helpful year to move into elites next year. So hopefully she's all good. I'm just gonna skip ahead into your BergTech Labor of Love real quick. We have Samantha Porras, possibly pronouncing your last name wrong, but young American. I've honestly have not heard of her, but first World Cup ever and finishes 8th, so that is super rad to see. I saw in her roots and range she's done some Southridge USA Fontana races, so feels close to home. So I'll stoked for her. I'll hit you up, get you your dough. Okay, before we go into elites, you guys both
Can we give a shout out? Can we give a shout out on the Labor of Love? I think he's won it before. Stefan Indrazi, sick. Did a backflip in practice, straight through Q1 at both. I think the last 3 rounds, and like top teens and finals.
Yeah.
The boy, he's sick.
What's his support level like?
He's on a team, but it's not a UCI team.
He's just like on a bike shop team, I think, from Italy. And he's won our Labor of Love before, but dude, just had to give a little shout out. I think that's
fair.
So gangster.
You know who else we have to mention? Oh, I'm scrolling down. 12th place last weekend, 9th in Q1, Frida in finals. That was sick to see.
What?
Yeah.
What about it?
What happens with the Labor of Love for Leogang?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Hold on. You're right. I was just trying to save some budge, but you got it.
Yeah.
Budge saving it.
Budge is gonna go straight back into Wi-Fi networks for next week.
Yeah. Dak, bring up your topic while I scroll through here and try to figure out who I had written
I
down.
just was like, I've been so jazzed on this recently. How good do the chicks look like their bikes fit? Like Valley, Anna looks sweet, because I think because their bars are proportionally quite a bit higher, and their rear ends are proportionally quite a bit longer because their bikes are usually quite short and reach. And I just feel like smaller individuals, most of the girls are a bit shorter, and the bikes just look like they fit so much better for the chicks and maybe Jackson. But I've just been on about this. Dude, I seriously, I've been thinking, I've been watching Valerie ride, and I'm like, dang, that thing like it.
Dude,
So
she does look great on the common saw.
Mm-hmm.
It really just
Looks
points
way
out how
better.
shit that YT was.
Yeah, let's just talk about this.
hey,
Yeah.
whoa.
Any YTs
But-
out there?
So
In comparison,
I've been doing some extensive research, and I've gotten
God.
some numbers from a certain mechanic of a certain rider that maybe is known to have proportionally quite high bars, that looks maybe like he's riding a Segway in the finish corral. And he is 17 millimeters higher on bar height than me. So, you never know. I might be
is there
looking
a
like
stem
Reese
on
Wilson
backwards?
out there in a minute. No, the stem's on the right way. Maybe it could be riding a Santa Cruz. Might be a world champion. I don't know. I don't know where I've gotten these numbers. But
Actually,
the bars are higher than yours.
I want to point
Yeah.
this out about the battle
How?
axe. Is
battle axe. What's the battle axe? The Reese Wilson?
yeah, the electric guitar. I was the
the
one
I-beam.
that freaking coined that, and now you got Win and Jack Moore are using it.
The battle axe.
I commented on one of Reese's things months ago when he was ripping the battle axe, and
Does it look like a battle axe? I'm not much
I think
of
I
a
said it
weapons
on
guy.
here. I called it the electric guitar on our podcast at one point, and now everyone's using it.
Well, there was
Just
a
wanna point
point
that
when
out.
I like that. There was a point when they tried to make B practice something or another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They better watch it.
Yep.
They better watch it. Me and Henry's bars from Aeon Henry. Me and his bars are the exact same height. We've put the bikes next to each other. We're quite similar. His just with his J Goldbro roll, Chicago roll, he's got to run a bunch of spacers.
Wait, like they're rolled back or forward?
Forward.
Forward.
Chicago.
What's back? Ricky?
I don't know. Ricky on a
Goat?
Honda.
Yeah, like
The goat roll.
Yeah.
gotta make that bike smaller, you know. How is
the Martin roll,
Jackson's
goat roll?
How are Jackson's bars that much taller than you? Like I'm having to pull up a photo because he's running like 30 mil rise bars. So
He's
how?
short.
Wait,
Is it, like,
are you
proportion?
saying?
In proportion,
Okay.
in proportion
Okay,
to
I
his
was
body
like,
height.
I'm like, there's no way it's taller from the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, watching him ride, his bike looks huge.
Mm-hmm.
It looks sick.
I've just been doing some Chat GPT referencing, and I might have gotten some numbers.
Out here
I'm
killing
not gonna-
penguins for numbers,
not-
man.
I'm
Just
not
take it-
I'm not gonna put what the numbers
Oh
are
my
out there. I'm just
God,
gonna say
dude. Josh Bryson would be so pissed at you. Just think
Why?
about that. You're killing penguins to get some numbers. You can't just do the research on your own. Man,
Yeah,
using
a
up
little bit
all
of
our water.
calculus
No
never
wonder.
hurt nobody.
No wonder there's
Well,
a
I
heat
wasn't
wave
gonna-
in Europe. Yeah,
I wasn't gonna ask Jackson, hey bro, can I measure how tall you are?
Why not?
Yo, bro, can I get this measuring tape to the top of your head? Can you stand there for a minute?
Pretty sure you can just Google that.
I did.
ChatGPT'd it.
You
I
said you were
I
chatting.
googled it. Yeah, I stay chatting.
then we lost
Chat
it.
is like my race engineer at this point. Frida gets mad at me. She's like, that's not always accurate. You could have skewed information, and I'm like, yeah, well, at least it's entertaining.
This is literally why you were in the pickle that you're in, is because chat has a confirmation bias built into it.
We got to the
And
source,
it's-
honestly.
No,
And it's going to tell you that it's literally will tell you that you're a genius. This
Dude,
is
with
your
Chat or
problem
Claude?
right here. Chat will tell you you're a genius. Claude,
I like Claude better.
Claude.
I'm
is
Claude
better.
Premium.
Okay. Yeah. He's like, I like
He's getting so
queries.
he's
a
getting
month.
so mad. Hey, Gemini did send me on a bit of a wild goose chase about anti-rise the other day. So Gemini was wrong.
Literally, why don't you just use the engineers for what they're there for? You know,
Well,
like talk
yeah,
to the
I did.
engineers about this. You're not an engineer, Dak. We need to like
I
settle
can't
this
call
once
the
and for all.
engineer at 1 a.m.
Oh
Dude.
my god.
Freaking Bucko will probably answer for you. You know.
Yeah, Bucko's pissed.
Ben-
But we had to get Bucko back to the race and get this ship tightened up. Bucko was there last week,
Then
so
his reception gave up.
Yeah.
Bucko's
Can you-
Bucko's been very patient.
Yeah. We
you
all
can't-
have been.
Yeah, freaking A. You can't just copy and paste old Ethan's setup, you know? It looks like it's working pretty well for him. What
No, I
what
could
AI
not ride
program
this
is he using? Because clearly it's working.
bike. No, it's Rick Simpson Racing is what that is. RSR, baby. No, I could not ride that dude's bike.
What is-
No way.
It is funny that Ethan's getting like the best results of his career. And you know, we got Dak over here doing something. That's not
Bro,
that.
what they're doing ain't working for me based upon my position on the bike. I will be in Loopsville. You got to look at Ethan rides literally over the handlebars. He's rides so far forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You used to be that guy.
you did.
You were that guy for a
No.
long time. You got podiums as
No.
that guy.
I rode in the
Yeah,
bow.
when you were on Da Vinci,
Hinge dog.
Huh?
I will
I
pull
was
up a
like-
picture right now.
I was bowing. I was bowing while I was riding. I was doing the good morning down the track. Now I'm just trying to stand up.
You're just getting tired in your old age. You know?
Yeah, it's okay. You had a little
Yeah.
back roll going on that last one, a little shrimp back going.
Dude, the
know,
shrimp back.
on that last
Body
shrimp back.
protection.
That's why I got to get that 10 up, son. You watch out. I'm stacking them up coming into the next race. I'm going to be
No, I think you were shrimping because this is your problem. Your hips are here, your bars are here, your back's got to make an arc to get to your bars. So like
No.
we need to get the bars forward and you need to hinge more. We need to get that
No.
mobility back.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, the strength ain't there. I'll tell you that. Like, I need mobility. We're working. Hey, well, you could be a little nicer. You could just say, hey, you did good. You made good changes. You're progressing, and you're gonna get there. Like I'm doing better. I mean, finals was terrible, but what do? I just beat all the dudes that crashed and got flat tires.
That does sting a little bit. But I mean,
Yeah.
20th place.
No, I made
No,
a little
80th place,
rebound
not
change.
the worst.
I made a little
Did beat
rebound
Reese
change.
Wilson.
I made a little. Come on, I made a little rebound change for the final. It was not the move. Your boy was ice skating
Yeah.
out there.
How little was this rebound change? Jesus.
2 clicks. It was bad. I went in the wrong. I went in the wrong direction. I messed it up. It's my
2 clicks
fault.
what? Low?
2 clicks slower. Yeah. It just
On a rapidly
choked her up.
deteriorating track.
choked her up. Choked her up. Was right, and then I was riding the bull. No, I would say that Lenzerheide, it was a learning experience for sure. It's. Listen, hey, you listen to me. You listen to what I got to say. Don't laugh at me.
We're trying.
We're really
We're all
trying hard,
trying.
yeah.
Don't laugh at me. It was my first final of the year. I didn't know what the pace was, so I felt like I had to step up the pace, and maybe that wasn't the right maneuver. I tried to go faster, and in return, I slid around a bunch, lost a bunch of speed, made a bunch of mistakes, trying to go faster than maybe what the pace was, and lost a lot of time. It was really hot out, and I was a bit low on tire pressure, and I was a bit slow on rebound, and I lacked the grip to ride the speed that I needed to ride. I kept just getting, because the axle wasn't recovering, and then I would get hung up on the holes and bucked. Wheel would be off the ground, and then I couldn't change directions.
Mm. Cool. So just put your rebound back where it was, and your cherry for Latuelle.
And leave it.
Stop.
Yeah.
Sound like Jordy.
You know what? It's someone who's got a little outside perspective here that's seen you go left, right, center, up, down, reverse, backing it up, Terry. We're
Dude,
trying to help you here.
I had my stiff Lenzerheide set up when I showed up to the Planey today, and I had my bike super stiff, same as I rode it in the final, but with the rebound change back to what was appropriate. And I first run was like dusty, steep track loamer on Planey, and I got dropped by Colby's mechanic. So it was a real day. It was a real day out there on the Planey. I was like, oh, dude, this is bad. Husky just put a hurting on me.
You will have those days, so don't put too much weight on one day.
Yeah.
I just softened her back up a little bit. We'll be okay.
There you go. I mean, you're going into a weekend where you probably can get away with that a little bit.
Yeah. Good news for you, Doc. My gambler. Oh, whoa.
Whoa, what up,
Okay,
dude?
Zeus.
Zeus.
My gambler is on the way, so I will be able to tell you exactly what setup you need. You've been wanting a test rider, and all your prayers have been answered.
Dang.
We'll be taking it straight to Whistler, and I'll let you know exactly what you need.
You'll get it dialed in on Dirt Merchant for me?
Yeah.
You can go ahead and take a few days off, actually.
Yeah. You can take a few days off of being an engineer. I got you.
Hey, I'll let you ride mine, and I'll ride yours when we show up to Whistler. Don't worry, I'm coming.
Okay.
You can ride my setup all you want. I'll get all the. We'll get it. We'll get it set up. Don't
Also,
worry.
I am getting a size large.
Oh.
So, yeah.
A large.
That's big.
Shouldn't you be on an XL?
Dude, I'm a medium guy. All right. I'm trying to toss this thing around on Dirt Merchant. Like,
hey, if you need me to get Chad on it, like we can figure out proportionally to your height, my height, what your reach should be, and we'll
God.
get proportionally we'll get your bike fit set up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
What did the
So,
what did the Scott bike fit chart tell you to get, a medium or a large?
I think it tells me to get a large, honestly. But
Yeah, you should listen. You should listen to
yeah.
that. We're done with mediums.
Dude, you know, I did win on a medium, so
Which was probably like a size small back then.
which was actually like a size small, especially because it was a 26 with 27.5 wheels.
Yo,
So
custom.
445
it
reach.
was really
For all the context,
geometry chart.
our boy Tanner here won the Port Angeles Pro GRT on a size small. Let's just go ahead and say it's a size small Scott Gambler that was spray painted with ghetto mullet, and just showed up, won the national, and then disappeared into the sunset, never to be heard from again.
That's the way to do it.
Oh, honestly,
drop the mic.
it says I'm between sizes. So
Finn just won back-to-back World Cups.
yeah, it's kind of cool.
It's pretty dope.
Insane.
Do
So
we
cool.
think that they're finally giving some resources to Finn over there?
Nah, Finn's had resources.
Dude, I don't know. From
no,
what I've
he's
heard,
definitely
he,
having
he was in the
sources.
wrong direction, being pointed in the wrong direction for a bit.
I don't know. In all of his interviews, he never once mentions setup of like why he's doing better.
He's been working
Because
really
they're
hard.
giving him the good stuff now.
No,
I think
it's not why.
I think he's been
He's been
on.
working hard.
Yeah, he's been. I mean, just looking at when he was in New Zealand and I saw him, he's got the goods. They're sharing notes. But him and Loic are so different. Same with Jordan. That was sick. Anna winning, also getting third in Leogang. It's kind of her spot, Leogang. She probably can win there next year. But dude, I think Win had the stat that it was the first U.S. elite women's win since 2003.
Yeah.
Pretty insane. And cool. Like not surprising, but still really hard to do, you know?
Yeah.
And dude, just so stoked for Nico and everybody at Frameworks.
Dude, they are absolutely freaking crushing it. Talk about bike setup, dude. Freaking, why don't you just hire Nico to just get in there?
All you need is 4 bars. Just pull 2 off your
Yeah.
bike. You'll be good.
He's
It's not
ridden my
bars to
bike.
lose.
He's ridden it.
But yeah, talk about someone who's just really kind of just made a top team in 5 years or whatever. 3-4 years.
Right?
You don't
Pretty cool.
really expect that.
Especially, I mean, like Anna's been racing for a while and she's gone through a really cool journey as being a privateer to now winning a World Cup. But you could argue that there was maybe not like risk, but like a chance taken on adding her to his team.
Yeah.
But it also was such a cool storyline to have like an all US team, somebody who has been on the up and up. Asa obviously is Asa, but then even Aaron's kind of like at the other end. Like he's done everything. He could continue to do more. Yeah, Nico's the freaking genius, you know? Every podcast we do is somewhat sponsored by Frameworks and Nico Malali. Or we do free promotion for them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of it. I don't want to talk too much more. There's a bunch of like overall notes, and like really the gist of it is that we're 4 rounds in and things have been jumping around a ton with the overall, but in general, the names you sort of expect to be up there are up there, and Pinky almost won a World Cup. That's kind of it. That's all I need to know.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, that freaking guy. Litwill, real quick, because that's what, next weekend? Not this
Max
coming
Allred.
weekend. Max could definitely be, dude. So Till won last year.
Till's the one that won. Yeah.
He won last year. I looked it up. He
Fastest time
would have
of
been
day?
4th in elites.
4th. Okay.
Last year it was Jackson, Loris, Loic, Lockie, Henry, Kiefer, Dylan Maples in 6th. That was pretty cool. And then Nina, Valley, Gracie, Tawny, Cami Belanche. Remember that? And Phoebe Gale.
TBT.
TBT. I would have a hard time believing Nina is going to win again. She's definitely been having a kind of off the back year, unfortunately. But Valley, hard to count or bet against her.
Yeah.
But also Gracie. And dude, for elites, like I think Omri is my pick for winning the overall. I'm gonna keep saying it. I think the dude he's basically almost won every race, but been just down a little bit on down a little bit on something happening. So
We had like an injury and still was able to like put it on the podium at Leogang, which is actually insane.
Yeah. Dude, and he said he was like kind of sick as well, crashing at the first race and finishing 4th. Is that what it was? Like, yeah, it's insane. So,
Yeah.
I think he'll be up there. I would not be surprised though if Jackson comes out swinging. Like he was so strong in Latwil last year, and that counts for something. And he just came off of a podium finally. So, but who knows, dude? There's so many guys like
an old podium.
Old podium.
Oh, you're
Old
right.
podium.
He was 4th, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Asa on another podium though. That was.
And he could easily win in Latwil as well. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked for it. Like I really enjoyed watching that track last year. It's kind of like we got like another Val de Sol-esque type track.
I got a question for you. Based on tracks, do we think that tracks should only have like a shelf life, like 2 years, and then they need to move on?
I think they need to just move. They can move on, or they just need to like clearly, like literally
Make a
move
new
5
track.
feet over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally would be cool if they just kind of if the trail's going like left, right, just go right, left next year. Like you can cross, just don't have it be the same. I could not agree more because Lenzerheide was probably a great example.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same track it's burned, it burns in the same way.
When they did change the top, that was like huge. I feel like when they
It was huge,
went
but it
right
sucks.
into the woods.
I honestly like the switchbacks better. At least there was just more trail to like try to separate people, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's I think 2 years is like kind of what we're seeing is like the shelf life of a track.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the 3rd year, you get the kind of like what we had a few weeks ago, Ludenville effect, where it's just like either it's super one line and really gnarly, like as like the speeds and stuff, but people are just, yeah. Also, John Hall, when we were talking, he said that we need to go back to tape as well. You know, we can reuse it.
You starting your petition?
Dude, yeah. Like, there is like a mental thing where you see the tape, like you're going to stay away from the tape. The poles, you're trying to go as close to the poles as possible sometimes.
It is true. There was the stump section at Leogang, and the way you entered it, where everybody was hugging that one pole. I think some people freaking went over the top of that thing. Yeah, I'm, bigger fish to fry, but I'm okay with like an in between. Maybe poles in some spots and then tape in others. But let's get some branding.
This is what I'm saying. I think UCI and Warner Brothers
should hire us.
Yeah, I've been saying it for a while. We kind of
got a shitload of money.
Yeah.
So, hire us on as contractors. 50 grand a race. We'll make it tip top.
Yeah, we'll have the branding. Promotion will be great.
We would definitely have a better Wi-Fi network with 50 grand.
I don't even know what what do I buy you to get you better reception? I know we're like
Starlink.
Isn't that expensive?
But then he's gonna have
That's
to
why I
travel
don't
with
have
it.
one.
And no, it's not even expensive. You might as well have Starlink for your house. Like, you could just take your Starlink from your house when you travel, and it's just your home internet.
Yeah. I have my 3 check bags, and let me throw a 4th one on for the Starlink for sure.
Oh, you get the mini now.
Yeah. We just have to place our podcast when we're in nice hotels, and that's probably not going to be in between races because, well,
that's going to be never.
It's gonna be never. You know, we had a great Wi-Fi network at the hotel last week.
And you just
On Sunday
fucking
after the
stiffed us.
Is
race,
that because? Yeah. What do we do on
you
Sunday?
guys don't work. You guys don't work on weekends, so
That's
I
a lie.
understand.
That is a big lie. I was working last weekend.
Yeah. I worked
Man.
2 Sundays ago.
I did a
all
15-hour
Sunday.
day on Saturday.
Dude, I had 5 bars of LTE, and then as soon as I turned on Riverside, it dropped me to 3 bars of 5G, and I'm on the side of a mountain. Like,
To be
I'm
fair,
doing my best
Riverside-
out here.
It's probably the last time we're going to use it while you're in Europe. It is pretty shit.
Riverside is just absolutely buns. we need. This is what the kids say. The kids just call everything buns. It's like, what does that even mean? But Riverside is it just isn't it for when you're not on our glorious Wi-Fi in East Tennessee. We need to Google Meet while we're on the road, because that way I can call in with cell reception and I just pay the $60 and we move on with it. You know?
I love it. How are you feeling about next weekend?
Well, after getting dropped by Husky today, honestly that was a little blow to the confidence, but it was a bit of a reality check that maybe before the Twill we need to find a little more grip and not so much support. So dude, it hurt. It hurt. It broke my heart. I was like, you know what? You can just go ahead of me. You're talking to me while we're going down. Just go ahead. You know, I'll follow you. How about that? But to be fair, we were riding his track that he built on the only mountain he rides, and you know, but it's not an excuse. It's really not. So I feel better now that I've had a little reality check. I'm gonna do a day tomorrow and try to get the rig in a good place, and then hopefully we have Monday and Tuesday next week, since we don't track walk till Thursday. So I'm just gonna keep plugging away and doing my best, and stay away from chat and try to we're in a good place now. You know, we're in a good place. So I'm not sticking layers of tape over layers of tape to fix a problem. We've just fixed the problem, and my bars are back up. My reach is back to where it should be, and everything's back to normal. I just need to make smart decisions, and when you get a good result, don't touch the freaking bike. Don't touch it. Just ride it.
Wow. You know, we've been waiting for you to come back around, so it's happy to
Yeah.
hear you say it.
Like I said, I was in a pickle. I didn't want to podcast after the Leogang because it was in a little bit of a dark place. I had nothing good to say. Nothing good to say about my performance. And I just think the people didn't need to hear that. But you know, I'm positive.
The people are here for
I'm in a
you.
better place. Yeah, you know, they were nice. They were nice to me, the people. They were nice. And everybody's really nice on the weekend. I know that maybe I didn't get the result in finals that I was looking for, but I think that being able to prove to myself that, you know, hey, I can do it. Just got to take a deep breath and learn to use the brakes a little more and carry a little more speed and have a little more trust in my abilities, regardless of where I'm at currently, and just continue to build. And we're just like Bucko told me, he said, you know, we're just peaking a little later. We're just going to peak a little later. Second half of the season, I'm going to be tearing them down. So
I like that.
Bucko was
See,
really nice.
Did you see Moritz out there?
I seen Moritz. Moritz is coming to pick me up on Friday to take me back to Lenzerheide.
Dang,
So-
Thomas, say what's up.
Yeah, I'll give him a what's up. The whole Scott crew, Edian was out. You know, we had the engineer on the BYB. He was on the data. He was checking it out.
Big weekend.
He said
for
my
the
rebound
team.
was fast.
Okay.
Unreal. 4 in finals.
Yeah, 4 in finals. Third place for Bjorn in XC. First podium for the young American lad.
I thought it was a second because, like,
Bro, his
you got one last
interview
weekend,
was
too.
He got a short track podium.
Okay. I don't know what the difference.
His interview was golden, huh?
he's on a different wavelength for sure. I respect it. He's it was
I like his.
it was different. Had character.
I like his robot tribal tattoos.
Oh,
like
yeah,
they're
cyber-
tribal, but they're like
yeah.
a tribe of robots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Last question. New mechanic. How we looking? Roth.
dude, yeah, I mean, DePel's got some stuff going on, so he's gonna go home for a little bit. Roth has stepped in. DePel suggested Roth, and Roth has been mint, dude. He's I think gonna come over in the next couple of days. Right now, he's riding the other bike. You know, he's feeling the setup, and he says he's liking it. So he's getting a taste of the Kool-Aid, and we got him stacked up. He's a flat pedal guy. He might not like my Rebound, um, but Roth has been sweet, dude. He's a really nice kid. He's super engineering kind of driven. Like he's into suspension and he's into it. He's into testing and tuning and tweaking, and he's all about it. So
right.
I'm pumped.
Here we go.
I'm stoked
like
for
to
this
hear.
weekend. I think it's going to be a good round for you.
I'm excited because you shouldn't have to pedal, so I'm just gonna sit back and hook.
There you go. Ride that jet ski.
There it is.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna see me out there on the Segway. I'm gonna have my.
Segway,
I'm
the
gonna have
Segway
to.
is a good one.
Dude, the problem with the Segway is the founder of Segway died on a Segway. We don't want to be
Oh
Kind of
no.
legend.
we gotta be on the
Very
jet
I'll be out-
ski, the stand up.
Yeah, I'll be on the stand up out there. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a good, weird podcast, but we we did it. It was about an hour of bitching about the racing format, and then about 45 minutes of actual podcasting. But
You know,
we did it.
I have to apologize to the people, for my negligence with my Wi-Fi network. I had full faith in the power of Google Fi, but unfortunately, it let me down. I partly blame it on Riverside's uploading why we're trying to podcast, but hey, we're just doing our best out here. Hopefully, I drove all over Leger looking for Wi-Fi networks. I did my best. I was like parked outside every house I've stayed in before trying to connect with Wi-Fi.
I like the ingenuity
Yeah,
of that, Bill. Like you
it
went
is,
to
it is appreciated.
Yeah, you went to the that is not the place I would go as far as looking for Wi-Fi. I'd probably go to a coffee shop or something.
Dude,
But-
it's not peak season, dude. Everything's closed, and it's not like I can walk into a. You guys don't want to listen to Terry ordering his iced vanilla latte while I'm in here trying to podcast.
Yeah.
So
We could make it work.
doing my best.
Yep, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, it is. All right. Thank you, Maxis, BergTech, Jensen USA for supporting this. Everybody listening. God willing, we will see everybody sometime after Litchfield.
Yep.
Deuces.
Peace.